have the XW-G1, which in a lot of ways is the same device, but whereas this is kind of geared toward live performance and instruments, this is a little bit more group-based. And so what they do is they remove the drawbar organ, but in its place give you full slider control of all the synthesizer parameters in real time. They also give you a 19-second looper that you can overdub infinitely until it turns to white noise if you want. You can bring in 50 of your own WAV files. The whole thing goes to flash, and turn the unit off, turn it back on, all your samples are still there. This is $699 retail, $799 retail, $499 street, $599 street. This is coming out in March, that'll be out in April. How about that? Okay, the next really exciting part is the step sequencer. This is something that's very unique for this keyboard. Like a lot of groove boxes, you've got 16 buttons that let you turn on kicks and snares and hats and everything on different units of the beat. But this, for every single part, you can have a different unit of the beat. So you can have 16 quarter note kicks or 16 dotted triplet hi-hats, which makes each of the lengths of the measures different. So everything flows over time instead of the same two measures over and over. So it's very easy to use. You just start it, and I'll start with a kick. I'll put 4 on the floor here. And then I change parts, and I can put some snares on here. And I'll put some hats. And this is fairly typical of most groove boxes. You can do this. But the key is you can then go in and with the slider start changing the drum notes. I can pick different hats for each beat. I can go in and pick a different kick for every beat, a different snare for every beat. But then I can go to my melodic parts, like a bass part, and just start adding bass notes. But then like an analog 16 knob sequencer, I can go and manipulate all of the notes. And the notes from the sliders can go from 0 to 127, or I can pick a specific key, so I can't get any wrong notes on the sliders, right? And then I can jump octaves, and I can pick any pitch as I want on this thing, layer that all up, and then once it's going with a single button push, it will then track my lowest key and change keys for me. And on the right hand, at all times, I have the main synthesizer or the hex layer or the organ always available while all the groove stuff is going. While all that's going, I have an arpeggio with 100 preset patterns, 100 user patterns. That's always going. It can be assigned to what parts of all these parts it goes to, so it's not interfering with your other sequence stuff. And a real-time phrase sequence, again, going to a separate part, all lock the clock, all can change pitch based on key numbers. And then the final thing is, you can do, in a performance mode, 4 layers of this. So you can have a layer of organ, 3 more layers of PCM instruments, all with their own MIDI channels, all with their own controller assignments, all with their own high key, low key, high velocity, low velocity. And each of those can then send to either an internal sound, a MIDI out, or a USB out. So you've effectively got 32 MIDI channels that each of these parts can go to, as well as an internal sound. All of this, $699 retail, $499 street price. And look at this, it can run on batteries. We've had these batteries in since November and they haven't run out yet.